Hello, I'm Richard Malczyk, and I'm one of the consultants at RandDTax. I'm chatting to Andy Clayton, co-founder and CEO of Fermentation Technologies Limited, a high-tech startup that's recently benefited from our Giving Back program. Hi, Andy. How are you?
Hi, Richard. Very happy to be with you today.
Great. Andy, could you give us an overview of Fermentation Technologies? Just let us know a little bit about what your business does and how you're funding the business and whether R&D claims are part of this process.
Absolutely. So we're part of the revolution, the transformation that's happening in food systems um, because of the carbon emissions associated with animal agriculture. There's a lot of demand these days for plant-based foods, and we've developed a new technology that takes a side stream from the brewing industry, spent grains from breweries, and we have a biological process that converts that into an ingredient that food companies can use to make plant-based foods.
That sounds really exciting, actually, and really topical for today. Um, could you tell us about the research and development work that you've done recently?
We have a laboratory based here in Oxford, and there's two sort of key parts of our research. One is the core processes of our fermentation. So that involves creating the optimum environments and organisms to produce protein on the spent grains from breweries. And the second part of it is how we then go about extracting protein from that. So that's certain chemical processes. So our researchers and our scientists come from a biology and chemistry background.
Wow, that sounds really quite involved. Now, you've recently put forward a research and development claim with us. Now, tell me, do you think you could have made the correct judgments for your R&D claim without advice?
Well, firstly, I want to say how grateful I am to the help and the support that we've received from you, Richard, and from Linda and the team at R&D Tax Credits. I've been incredibly impressed with your guys' expertise and efficiency and just general helpfulness. I've really enjoyed working with you. We had some degree of complexity to our claim. So the rules changed in April of this year. So there was a sort of a pre and a post that date. And also it was the first year for us to have R&D set up. So, we had some people that were employees and sort of consultants for a while. We also had some complexities around, with the law changing based on the size of the company, the type of research that you're doing. There was elements where we had to have some parts allocated to this and some parts allocated to that. And I would have really struggled to work all that out and do it myself for sure.
Yeah, I must admit it was a pretty complex claim that we put together for relatively early stage business. But were you happy with the outcome?
Well, I'm waiting for the check from HMRC. Certainly, I was very impressed with how quickly we got it done. You gave me a few assignments. I think I got my homework done quite rapidly. And at each stage, you were very efficient and helpful in terms of pointing out what needed to be done next. And so I think between us, we got the whole thing sort of wrapped up within a couple of weeks, really, didn't we? Which I thought was very good going given the complexity and the information required.
Yeah, no, it did happen very rapidly. And how has the experience of claiming R&D tax credits impacted your future plans? I mean,
Yeah,
will claims play a part in future funding?
it's impacting us and going to impact us in a few ways. Firstly, it's pretty important for our cash flow over the next period. We're a pretty early stage company, and we're at that sort of every penny counts stage of the business. So I'm reliant on those funds coming in. I think sort of the longer term way that it will inform, because this is the first time for me to do R&D a tax claim sort of ever in the business. And it was interesting learning from you what is and is not eligible. And I think it will influence some of our decision making around what we spend money on in the future, because there is this opportunity, right, of claiming certain bits back. So, for example, that distinction between people that are hired as employees rather than as consultants, it will affect decisions like that going forward, because whether we're able to claim on the R&D tax credits or not will have a material impact.
Yeah, it does make things complex at times. So how can I just ask finally, how likely are you to recommend R&D tax to others?
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, I've had a great experience. I was very impressed from my first call with Linda, just how quickly she was able to understand our situation and our business, and sort of have an initial high level calculation. And then, Richard, you've been great to work with. I've enjoyed it as much as one can enjoy doing R&D tax credits, because you're a great guy. You're very, very knowledgeable. You've been very helpful to me. And yeah, I suppose my experience of it is I felt supported throughout the whole thing. And yeah, so I'm very happy and grateful for you guys helping us out at this stage in our business.
That's really great to hear, and I'm really pleased that we were managed to help you so well. So yeah, no, that's really good. That's a great place for us to complete our conversation. Thank you ever so much, Andy, for your time.
Well, thank you, Richard. I genuinely, you've been a tremendous help to us. And yeah, I look forward to working together in the future.
Lovely. Thank you.